Fallon was about 7 years old when we first noticed a tic. She had this odd neck movement. Around 16, Fallon started having more tics.
She would have odd noises or squeaks.
Oof. Once COVID hit, tics were coming a lot faster and more aggressively.
I could hear her from the other room, either tapping or screeching, or she would just yell out a random word.
Yeah, you fat slob!
By the time we got her into the doctor, there were multiple movements. An arm flail followed by a neck, followed by kicking herself.
Fallon had a combination of Tourette's and OCD. Tourette's causes Fallon to do uncontrollable things, even simple things. Eating a sandwich, she eats half the sandwich, wears part of the sandwich, and throws part of the sandwich.
You're done. You're done.
Coffee mugs. She would bang this off your head 3 times. But if it broke the second one, she would still hit you with the broken one the 3rd time.
There was a knife that one of the kids had left out, and I came down the stairs and saw her doing one of these, and she had to do it 3 times.
She can't have this. She can't even have this. I don't want to have her hit herself in the throat, but even more too, I also don't want to be stabbed in the neck. Cutting boards, the wood one, we don't leave that out either, because you don't want her to, she'll pick it up and bang it on her head like a lunch tray.
It's no different than the safety you would have for a toddler.
The hardest part about Tourette's is when we go out in public, people will be like, you gotta be kidding me, what's wrong with you, are you on drugs?
Around November of last year, Fallon decided to do TikTok so that the world could better understand the life that she's living.
My body's obviously, been ticking all day.
There's 3 point whatever million people following her on TikTok that wanna hear her story. But once the camera does stop rolling, she's still in my living room, struggling with it every day.
Well, it's good to meet you both.
You too.
How do you guys feel about Fallon going this public about everything that's happening with her? I know it's been part of her life from a very early age, but now it's certainly amplified and she's going really public with it.
I think we have mixed feelings. A part of it is once you put yourself out there, you can never take it back.
I'm a little more of the concern about, obviously, once you hit send, there's good, there's bad, but there's also evil.
You can't unring that bell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the trolls and that sort of thing while we're here today, because I want to put that into a context. But there was a time when this was much less prominent in her life and didn't really affect her activities of daily living and her pursuit of her goals and dreams, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And do you think it was the pandemic and her having so much time with her thoughts and alone and all that really triggered this to the next level, or do you think it was something else?
I think it was a combination of a lot of it, because now as you're home and it's COVID, there's no more school. As a parent, you notice your kid doing these behaviors, and it's to the point now where those screeches become more frequent.
Right. Just from the standpoint of a parent watching something that you can't really do anything about, how does this affect the two of you?
Well, our relationship is really strong, so we're kind of on the same platform with everything. You know, she has made our lives and our family stronger.
Absolutely.
You know, it's her journey to set forward, obviously, but in terms of us in the family, we're more in like protective mode and just making sure that we're all taking care of Fallon, and with that comes some consequences to some other children, but we know.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there how many children total?
There's six total.
Right. And she does absorb a lot of resources, a lot of time.
Absolutely. Because it was so abrupt, so quick, it was kind of like, oh, now everyone's got to be on the back burner because we have got to address what's happening with Fallon. We've got to get to this doctor. We've got to go here. It just became almost like a medical emergency.
Right. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.